Imagine perfection is the silent assassin of progress. I'll say it again. Imagine perfection is the silent assassin of progress, lurking in the shadows, stalking, casting shade that emits shame, doubt, and even hesitation to act. Perfection can be something that stomps on progress. Perfection can kill progress. It's something that's strong enough to invoke fear that's almost too much to bear, and people will find themselves burying their dreams and desires and forgetting about them because it's easier to move on. This is why it's very important for us to find a way to combat that fear and evoke bravery inside of ourselves so that we can aim for progress versus perfection. But how do you find that bravery? Well, I think it starts by figuring out what your reason why is. What is your why, your driving force in life that propels you forward towards your goals, dreams, and desires? This subject is very interesting to me, so I decided to do more research on the topic of progress versus perfection. I found a lot of insight. One of my favorite speakers and authors named Dr. Brené Brown, she was on the Oprah Winfrey Show in 2013, and she explained her take on perfection. She said perfectionism is a 20-ton shield that we put in place to protect ourselves from things like shame, guilt, ridicule. We protect ourselves from what other people will think about what we put out into the world. What other people think. That protects us from being seen, however, when we decide to partake in the perfectionism nature and don't put our work out into the world. To combat this, we have to lean into that reason of why. On Tuesday night, I found myself at a networking event. It was called Wine, Women, and Wealth. And a lady named Sarah shared her reason why. It struck me because a few years back, she was inside of her own small business, and she found herself extremely unfulfilled. She didn't want it anymore. She knew she wanted to provide service in other realms. She wanted to get involved in the environmental industry and just knew she needed to make a complete pivot. When she went to find jobs in this new industry, however, she was met with discouragement because all of the listings said you need to have a degree in this industry. You need to have previous experience in this industry. And she didn't have any of those. Her previous experience just involved her desire and interest, but there was no action in that path yet. So she almost decided that that path was not worth pursuing. Yet somebody met her with encouragement and said, no, continue forward, go and volunteer and just see and test your feet, put your toe in the water and see what can happen. And after a year of volunteering, she turned into an employee. As an employee, she turned into a manager, and now she is the director of a wildlife center. Going from a space where she thought it was not possible, she used her reason why and paved the way for herself and got that career opportunity, not because of her education or previous experience, is because of the progress she put into motion, and she achieved perfection. I really resonated with Sarah because I too am in a crossroads, finding my own reasons why that propel me forward. And in this pursuit, I've decided that building a YouTube channel is what would really help me as a leverage in my career. I found those discouragement factors, however. I have limiting beliefs because in the past, I always thought, why would I have a YouTube channel? There's so many YouTube channels. Why would I ever be able to become successful at it? Who would actually take the time to watch and la-di-da-di-da, all of these lies you can spew inside of your own mind that prevents you from taking action, and it prevents you from making progress. To combat that and find my own bravery, I've decided that research and development is the way. That's how you can instill confidence into yourself when it's time to take action. And so I've discovered that there are over 100 million YouTube channels worldwide. And in a statistic that I found from a website called 9to5.com, only 10% of all of the videos on YouTube will only ever make it past 1,000 views. Another fact says that only 10% of YouTubers on the platform will ever make it to 10,000 subscribers. What's the secret sauce of the 10 percentile that made it? That 10% that did overcome that barrier, made it past 10,000 subscribers, who made it past 1,000 views. There's videos that we watch in our day-to-day lives that have millions of views, and they have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Those people unlocked some kind of secret sauce. And through my research, I'm discovering that YouTubers don't allow perfectionism to sink into their nature at all. Because when you do so, you prevent yourself from taking progress and action, and this does not allow you to collect data. You need data about your work, your output, so that you can refine and polish it and put it out again and do better. Getting 1% better every time is the way to mastery. So as I reflect on my own journey forward with my desires of building a YouTube channel, I realize that it starts by having that first follower, and it turns to 10, and it'll turn to 100, 1,000, 10, and then 100,000. But the progress takes time. My last example is a YouTuber. His name is Roberto Blake. It took him 3 years. In that course, he had to put out 800 videos to hit his first 100,000 subscribers. He knew that perfectionism was not in the nature, it was about output and how much output you could put out so that you could receive the input you're looking for. And that is where perfection is found. So from one of my other favorite YouTubers, a quote from Vanessa Lau: "Don't aim for perfection, just do it." Thank you.